Title: Don't Follow the Voices. Part 1. The Clearing. Jonah Carr wasn't the kind of man who believed in ghost stories. A wilderness guide with years of experience, he thought of legends like whisper pines as backwoods gossip. That changed the day his younger sister, Natalie, went missing during a solo camping trip near Graven Hollow. She was always chasing the strange, urban legends, forgotten ghost towns, cave systems with no known end. She left behind a notebook with a single, handwritten line. "If I find the chapel, I'll finally understand what happened to them." Jonah knew she meant the followers of Reverend Silas Gant. She'd been obsessed with the Whisper Pines legend since college. He hated that she took it seriously. Now she was gone. He set out 2 days after she was reported missing, determined to track her himself. The local sheriff told him to wait for search and rescue. Jonah didn't. He hiked into the forest alone at first light, his sister's notebook in his backpack, along with food, water, and a hunting knife. By noon, he reached the edge of Whisper Pines. The trees looked wrong, too tall, too dense, and too quiet. The wind didn't move the branches, but they swayed anyway, like they were breathing. He told himself it was nerves. Part 2. The Lost Trail. It wasn't long before his GPS stopped working. The signal blinked out like a dying star, and his compass spun slowly, then violently, then stopped pointing behind him. Every step he took made the forest seem bigger, not smaller. He began to find signs: red cloth caught on bark, a snapped branch in the shape of a cross, footprints that matched Natalie's hiking boots, but they were spaced far apart, like she was running, or being dragged. Then he heard it, her voice. "Jonah." It was faint, coming from deeper in the woods. He called back. "Natalie." No answer. Just the wind, suddenly alive again. Then her voice again. "Closer. Help me." He followed without thinking. The trail narrowed into a tunnel of pine and mist. His flashlight began to dim, even though the batteries were fresh. He clicked it off and on, only for it to flicker violently every time her voice called out. Part 3. The Chapel. Jonah found the clearing just before dusk. The air was thick, heavy with the scent of iron and soil. The trees stood in a perfect circle around an empty patch of land. No grass. No animals. Dead silence. In the middle stood the chapel. It was real. Tall, rotting, and overgrown with ivy. The roof sagged inward. The windows were blackened. He stepped inside, heart pounding. The air was wrong. It buzzed, like static in his blood. Candles sat unlit on the altar, untouched by time. And there, on the floor, was Natalie's notebook, open to a final entry written in a shaky hand. "He speaks in my voice now. He knows Jonah is coming." He turned. The pews were full. Figures sat there, motionless. Dozens of them. Their faces were pale, smooth, featureless. One stood. Its face rippled like melted wax and began to form his own face. It opened its mouth and spoke with his exact voice. "Jonah, you're right on time." Jonah ran. Out of the chapel, through the trees. But the forest didn't look the same. The trail was gone. The sky was darker than it should have been. The voices were all around him now, calling his name, each one slightly wrong. One was Natalie. One was his mother. One was himself, laughing. He never found the edge of the forest again. Epilogue. 2 weeks later, hikers found Jonah's backpack at the tree line, zipped and neatly placed. Inside was Natalie's notebook and a tape recorder. The tape only played one sound. His voice. Whispering over and over. "Don't follow the voices. Don't follow the voices." don't. Then static.